What if I told you that God isn't in some distant place, but that He is a frequency? And by aligning with that vibration, you can completely transform your life. It might sound impossible, but the science of consciousness has already revealed that everything in the universe is energy in motion, and the way you tune your mind defines the reality you experience. Jacobo Grinberg, one of the greatest scholars of the human mind, discovered that reality isn't fixed, but is instead a projection shaped by our consciousness. This means that by raising your vibration, you can access states of harmony, abundance, and divine connection. If you want to learn how to align with God's frequency and manifest deep changes in your life, stay with me until the end. To begin this journey, comment below, "I align with the divine frequency." By writing this phrase, you're already taking the first step toward transformation. If God is omnipresent, He cannot be separate from anything. He is in the air we breathe, in the sunlight, in the beating of our hearts, and even in the thoughts that shape our reality. And if everything vibrates, if everything is energy in motion, then by definition, God is also a frequency, a vibration that permeates all things and everyone. Jacobo Grinberg, one of the most enigmatic scientists of the mind, dedicated his life to the study of consciousness and reached a revolutionary conclusion. The reality we perceive isn't something fixed, but rather a projection generated by our mind within an infinite field of information. This field, which some call the matrix of reality, is the very essence of existence, something many spiritual traditions describe as the presence of God in everything. If we can change our perception, we can change our reality. And if God is this pure vibration, being in harmony with Him means elevating our frequency to a state of connection, love, and conscious creation. This idea bridges science and spirituality and invites us to a new level of understanding about who we are and how we interact with the universe. Have you ever wondered if the reality we experience is truly fixed and objective? Or if, in some way, our own mind influences and shapes everything around us? Jacobo Grinberg, one of the brightest minds studying consciousness, devoted his life to investigating this very question. His research revealed something astonishing. Reality isn't an external, immutable entity, but a projection generated by our own mind. Grinberg developed the theory of the neural field, suggesting that all our perception of the world is structured by consciousness. According to him, what we call reality doesn't exist independently of us, but rather as a field of information that our mind interprets and translates into experience. This directly connects with ancient spiritual traditions, which claim that the physical world is merely an illusion, a manifestation of something greater, invisible, yet completely real. But if everything we experience is filtered and interpreted by the mind, what guarantees that we are seeing reality as it truly is? The answer is simple: nothing does. On the contrary, each person lives within a unique perception shaped by beliefs, emotions, and mental patterns. This means that the reality you live today isn't an absolute truth, but a mental construct. And here's the crucial point. If your mind creates reality, that means you can change your life by changing the way you perceive and interact with the world. If your mental vibration is tuned to fear, scarcity, and limitations, that is what you will see reflected in your life. But if you learn to align your consciousness with higher frequencies, such as love, gratitude, and faith, your experience of reality will begin to change. This might seem like mere philosophy, but quantum physics already suggests something similar. Studies show that matter, when observed at a subatomic level, behaves differently depending on the observer's interaction. This indicates that consciousness plays a direct role in manifesting reality. In other words, what you think and feel directly affects the world around you. Jacobo Grinberg believed that the human mind can access expanded states of consciousness where it becomes possible to perceive the true nature of reality, a state that mystics and sages throughout the ages have described as the direct experience of the divine presence. When the mind quiets and aligns with a higher frequency, it tunes into a dimension where everything is possible, where the separation between the individual and God disappears. If everything vibrates, if everything is energy, then God can also be understood as the highest frequency, the purest and most elevated vibration that exists. Aligning with that vibration means opening yourself up to the divine reality, allowing your mind and heart to be transformed by the true essence of creation. If everything in the universe is vibration and God is the source of everything, then we can understand God as the highest frequency, the purest vibration that exists. Many spiritual traditions describe God as light, love, and infinite consciousness. But what do these words really mean? Translated into energetic terms, they speak of a vibrational state so elevated that it transcends any limitation of matter and the human mind. Jacobo Grinberg came to a similar conclusion when studying the nature of consciousness. He believed that our perception of the world isn't a faithful representation of reality, but rather an interpretation filtered through our senses and beliefs. In practice, each of us lives within a specific frequency shaped by our thoughts, emotions, and mental states. If God is a supreme vibration, tuning in to Him isn't about blind belief or religious dogma, but about vibrational alignment. Just as a radio needs to be on the correct frequency to pick up a particular station, our consciousness must be tuned to the right frequency to feel the divine presence and manifest its influence in our lives. But how do you know if you are tuned in to God? Simply observe the quality of your thoughts, feelings, and attitudes. Emotions such as love, gratitude, compassion, and inner peace are clear signs that you are aligned with higher frequencies. On the other hand, states of fear, anger, resentment, and scarcity indicate that you are vibrating at lower levels, disconnected from divine energy. The good news is that we can consciously change our frequency. Just as a radio station can be manually adjusted, our mind can be trained to resonate with the higher vibrations of creation. This not only brings us closer to God, but also transforms our external reality, since the world around us is nothing more than a reflection of our internal vibration. Mystics and sages throughout history have always taught that God is not separate from us. Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is within you." Buddhism teaches that enlightenment is simply awakening to what has always been present. Quantum physics suggests that the separation between the observer and the universe is an illusion. All these ideas point to the same truth. God isn't distant. He's accessible to anyone who learns to tune their consciousness to the right frequency. Achieving this tuning doesn't mean escaping earthly life, but rather living it more consciously, in harmony with the laws of the universe. When we connect with that higher vibration, we begin to manifest greater clarity, abundance, and well-being. Our intuition strengthens, our mind expands, and we start seeing life in an entirely new way. If you wish to feel God more present in your life, you don't need to search for Him outside. You simply need to elevate your frequency to perceive what has always been within reach. If God is a frequency, then our ability to perceive Him depends on our internal tuning. Humans have a natural mechanism to capture and interpret these higher vibrations, and that mechanism lies within our own brain, the pineal gland. Jacobo Grinberg studied in depth the relationship between consciousness and reality, and his discoveries indicate that the human mind can access higher dimensions of perception. The pineal gland, also known as the third eye, appears to play an essential role in this process. Located at the center of the brain, it is highly sensitive to electromagnetic and light stimuli, acting as a receptor capable of capturing frequencies that escape ordinary perception. Throughout history, various spiritual traditions have mentioned this structure as a portal to higher dimensions. In Hinduism, it is represented by the Ajna chakra, the center of intuition and spiritual knowledge. In ancient Egypt, the Eye of Horus symbolized vision beyond the physical world. In Christianity, some interpretations associate Jesus' statement about the eye being the lamp of the body with the importance of the pineal gland as a key to spiritual enlightenment. All these traditions, separated by time and space, converge on the same idea. Within us exists a direct connection to divine consciousness. Modern science is beginning to explore this idea more deeply. Studies indicate that the pineal gland regulates the production of melatonin, a hormone essential for sleep balance and for experiencing altered states of consciousness. In moments of deep relaxation, meditation, or prayer, this gland seems to become intensely active, allowing the mind to access subtler levels of reality. Jacobo Grinberg suggested that this activation might put us in touch with what he called the neural field, an invisible matrix that structures reality and can be interpreted as the very presence of the divine in all that exists. When the pineal gland is active, our perception expands. The world seems to come alive, coincidences become more frequent, and intuition grows stronger. Aligning with the divine frequency isn't just an abstract concept, but a tangible experience that can be felt in an expanded state of consciousness. Conversely, a blocked pineal gland keeps us disconnected from that greater perception, trapping us in a fragmented state of mind, limited to everyday concerns. If God is in everything, the question isn't about finding Him, but about removing the blocks that prevent us from perceiving Him. Our vibration is shaped by how we think, feel, and interact with the world, and the pineal gland is one of the most powerful instruments for fine-tuning that alignment. The more balanced our mind is, the closer we are to the creative source, and the more aligned our life becomes with God's frequency. If everything in the universe vibrates, and God is the highest frequency, then tuning into Him isn't an act of blind faith, but a conscious adjustment of one's own energy. Just as a musical instrument needs to be tuned to play in harmony, our mind and body need to align with subtler frequencies so we can fully feel the divine presence. This alignment doesn't happen by chance, but through practices that elevate our vibration and connect us with the essence of the Creator. Jacobo Grinberg devoted his life to understanding how the human mind interacts with reality. He realized that our perception of the world is shaped by our internal state. When we are trapped in thoughts of fear, anxiety, and scarcity, our vibration becomes dense and limited. However, when we cultivate states of love, gratitude, and presence, we access a higher level of consciousness where the separation between us and God begins to vanish. One of the most effective ways to raise this frequency is through meditation. Inner silence allows us to step out of mental chaos and tune into a subtler vibration, creating space to feel the connection with the source. Many spiritual traditions use breath as a means to achieve this state. For when we breathe consciously, our energy naturally harmonizes. Even Jesus would retreat to the desert to meditate and pray, showing that quietude is a portal to profound spiritual experiences. In addition to meditation, the way we speak and think directly influences our vibration. Words carry energy, and everything we constantly repeat becomes a command for the mind. Many people unknowingly block their connection with God simply by feeding negative thought patterns. When we start replacing complaints with positive affirmations, doubts with trust, and fear with love, our external reality begins to mirror this internal change. Gratitude is another essential element in this process. Feeling grateful means recognizing the abundance of creation and vibrating in tune with divine love. Instead of focusing on what's missing, those who practice gratitude notice God's presence in every detail of life. This state of recognition opens invisible doors, because when we vibrate with gratitude, we attract more experiences that reinforce that same frequency. The body also needs to be in harmony so that we can sustain a high vibration. A balanced diet, contact with nature, and conscious physical movement help maintain an energetic flow free of blockages. Ancient cultures always knew that the body is a temple and that taking care of it is essential for a full connection with the divine. When we integrate these practices into our daily lives, we begin to notice subtle yet powerful changes. Synchronicities increase, intuition strengthens, and a state of peace becomes the foundation of our existence. God was never distant. We simply need to tune our vibration to perceive His presence. If God is a frequency, aligning with Him isn't a privilege for a few, but a choice available to everyone. You already possess everything you need within yourself to connect with that higher vibration and transform your reality. Now the question is, are you willing to take that step? From today on, start observing your energy, your thoughts, and your emotions. Practice presence, quiet your mind, and strengthen your inner connection. Small daily changes create profound transformation over time. Remember, the more you tune your frequency to the divine, the more your life will reflect harmony, abundance, and purpose. If this message resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. And to keep receiving content that helps you evolve, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Before you go, comment below, "I raise my vibration and connect with God." This simple act reinforces your intention and sets this transformation in motion. See you in the next video.